So I start with a fresh face, and I also start with my eyebrows. So I take my little spoolie and just brush my eyebrows a little bit, and then I go in with my pencil, my black brown pencil. So I would definitely recommend getting a lighter shade if you're a lighter skin tone. Just make sure that your brow pencil matches your actual brow color. Anyway, I go in with my concealer to kind of line up the brow, give it that fresh, crisp type look. I go in with this concealer. This is not a high-end concealer. Honestly, everything I'm using in this video is like beauty supply makeup, like hair store beauty supply makeup. Nothing is like really high-end makeup. I think there's only like one thing that I use in this video that's by MAC, and I had got that a long time ago, so I'm pretty sure now it's easier to find in like a regular store or whatever. Anyway, I go in, feather things out, line things up. Again, with the brow pencil, I am not heavy-handed with it at all because it is so dark. So I just go in and I feather things out. You can see my eyebrows are clearly thin, and I already told you that they are uneven, so they do not exactly look alike. If I can go in and, not fully draw, then I'm pretty sure that you could do the same. Now, using the same concealer, I'm going to go in and line up the top of my brows, just so it just doesn't look crazy. So I was doing this on camera, so I'm not gonna lie, it was a little hard to see like which direction the brush was supposed to go in because of the way it looks on camera versus when you're actually in the mirror. But anyway, your girl did it anyway, period. So do not be afraid to go back into your brow and shape things up and line things up with your pencil, because you're gonna have to. That's how you get your perfect brow. This is a gradual process, so don't think, oh, I lined it up, I'm finished. Like, nah, you gotta go in there and you gotta make sure it's straight. Like, so now I'm just lining it up, and again I go back in with my pencil as I see or I feel that it's needed, and that's just that. Lining the bottom is a little easier than lining the top, in my opinion, so I would honestly say be careful. When I line my top, it's kind of a two-step process. Like, I line the front and then I line the back, so that kind of helps me personally. So now I'm about to go in and pretty much just blend everything out. You want to make sure you blend all of this out as much as possible so it doesn't leave any harsh lines. So I just take a brush and pretty much just blend it out. Just blend, because You might think like you're not really doing anything with the brush, but honestly, the more you work with it, the more you're actually blending out the product. So definitely make sure you hit between the brows, because you don't want no uni. Unless that's the look you're going for, but that's not the look that I'm going for. So, and again, sometimes you might have to go back in with your pencil after blending, and that is okay. So now that I've blended everything out, I am going in with my primer. I believe this primer is by Wet n Wild, very cheap. Anyway, I really like this primer because it just not only gives a moisturized look, it blends the pores, it just does a lot. I really like it. So you just go in with that and smooth it all in all over your face. So, unfortunately, this is where the camera decided it wanted to cut off after I thought I was on camera, so I was annoyed. Anyway, I'm basically just showing you how I put this foundation on the exact way, even though my eyebrows are a little blended out now. I'm going in with the second layer of this foundation because it's a little thin. It's not full coverage, I would say. So I'm going back in with this makeup, showing you exactly how I blended it out the first time. I would have done a second layer of this anyway because it really is thin. This is a foundation that I honestly grabbed from pOpshelf. I wanted to see what it was like. Anytime any brand has my shade of foundation, I like to just try it out because it's really hard finding a good foundation. And I honestly do like this, and it was only like $5. By the way, this is like a stipple brush. I like to apply foundation with the stipple brushes because it just, to me, blends really well. I also like the silicone blender, but again, this is my go-to brush. I really like this brush. And it's a cheap brush as well. I believe you can get this from a e.l.f. brand. So now I'm going in with my contour stick. So this contour stick is by Hard Candy, and it's just a lighter shade than my other contour cream. So the other contour cream that I use is a regular hair store brand, and you'll see me go in with that in a second. But right now I am just contouring with the lighter one first. I'm gonna blend them together, so just watch. So you can use a beauty blender or a brush. However, I'm going to be using a brush today. Also, this is a brush you can get from e.l.f. as well. So I just go in and blend. I start with my under eye to my nose first and go out from there. Blend out to the cheekbone. Now go in with the same brush that I applied my foundation with, just to kind of help blend in the contour. So now I'm going in with my setting powder, and I have one that is a browner shade and one that is a banana shade. So I kind of mix them together when I do my baking, because I just find that it helps with like getting no flashback. It's not as pale, it's not too dark. It's just like the perfect pigment for me. So I go under my eyes with the powder first, just so it won't be any creases there, just so I could go ahead and lock that in. And then I pretty much do the bridge of my nose. And then I go in with the powder to set the rest of my face, my under eyes, cheekbones, my forehead, Cupid's bow. I don't have to let it bake long, so I just go in and blend it out. This powder is pretty thick in its consistency, so there's really no need to let it sit there long. It really doesn't have to. You can just go ahead and blend it out a couple seconds to a minute after you put it on. So now I go back in with my foundation to blend in a little bit, just so the lines won't be like so harsh from the contouring. Now I go back in with my contour brush to just blend things out again. You want to get it as blended as possible. So make sure you are taking it outward just to like accentuate your cheekbones. What I'm doing right here is pretty much just blending the contour on my nose so that the lines are again just not harsh. So this is a powder that I got from MAC like a long time ago, before there was like dark concealers enough for dark skinned women to contour. So this is like a purplish dark blush. So basically, this is what I use to contour, and I go into my cheekbones with it. Now, because it's so dark, I do use it like lightly, because this is really dark if you just like go in and like dig your brush in it. Again, I go back in with my contour brush just to blend out any harsh lines. You want everything to just be blended. I go in with that same blush to contour my nose. So I'm just going in between, just accentuating the contour of my nose. And now that I blended everything, I'm going in with my setting spray. This to me is just what brings everything together. Still going back in with my contour brush to blend as I see fit. I have to do this weird smile to do my cheekbones so I can see my cheeks. So I'm pretty much just going in to make sure everything is blended while adding some finishing touches. Like, that is the objective here. Everything must be blended. So that is what I'm doing. So now I go in with my darker pencil and line my eyes. Basically, I just do this because I have smaller eyes and it makes my eyes look a little bolder, and it just shows the shape of my eyes more. Now I go in with that same MAC blush just to darken it up a little bit, just to give it a bolder look. Now I'm going in with the same dark pencil and just drawing a line there. It doesn't have to be a neat line because I'm blending it out anyways. This is not going to be a cat eye or anything. This is really just a natural look, so you just want to blend it out. So going back in with the same blush just to blend things out over my eyes. Really simple. I go in with my brush as needed just to clean things up a little bit and also blend it out. So now I go in to line my lips. I don't overdraw or anything. I don't really have to. So, yeah, I just line it and I line it in this exact direction and then I blend it out. So I just go back into certain areas as I see fit, especially since I already did the first layer of spray. That is just to like get everything moistened up and not so dry so I can move things around. I'm going to spray again and that is going to be the finished look. And this is the finished look. This is pretty much my everyday routine using any makeup.
Hey,